Hello and good afternoon, everyone. As you all know, the round one of the US Open has completed. So this video will be for everyone that has been playing our fantasy team prize giveaway, and as well those that submitted their picks for the tennis racket that we are going to be giving away as well. Please remember that the top two winners of the fantasy team sweepstakes or competition will receive the same package. So remember that there will be two winners, so the top two finishers. And then for the tennis racket, again, whoever correctly predicts all four finalists and both winners will receive the tennis racket. Again, if there's two people that tie for that, we will either pull a name out of a hat, but a lot of you over the past couple of years have liked to use the fantasy team results for a tiebreaker. So hypothetically, if two people had the same exact predictions for the tennis racket, then we'll turn to the fantasy teams, and whoever had the highest score there would break the tiebreaker. So let's get into it real quick. So these videos can get a little lengthy at times, so that's why I like to do them separately and recorded, so that way we can put all of our time and energy into topics, conversations, viewer comments, etc. So we will be doing a live show later tonight. Probably around 7:30 Central Standard Time. We have afternoon lessons to teach, so we won't get done until around 6:30, so forth. So be ready for the live show later on tonight, around 7:30, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time here in the U.S. All right, so I'm going to kind of go through this real quickly, but here are the results for round one for the fantasy teams. So I'll go through each entry and how many players that they have out and how many points that they have currently as of round one. Now, don't get too caught up in where you stand right now in round one because a lot of you will have 2-point players and some of you will have one. And again, those points start to add up. Now, if you are one of those players that has already lost 3 or 4 people in round one, it's a little tough to come back from there. So especially if you have a bunch of 1-point players. So a lot of you that may have 1 or 2 out that have a lot of 2-point players, you're still very much in the thick of it. All right, this is in no particular order whatsoever, all right? So I wrote my team down first, so I'm just gonna start with that. So after round one, myself, Justin, has 20 points, and I have 2 players out. I lost Sam Querrey and Coco Gauff. Next is Carla. Carla has 23 points, and she has 1 player out. She lost Tennis Sandgren. Curling tennis, number 3, and this isn't like in third place. This is just this third. So me being 1 is not in first place. It's just in a row. So again, I have 20 points, 2 players out. Carla has 23 points with 1 player out. Now to curling tennis. So curling tennis, a longtime player. Curling tennis has 24 points and 1 player out. His 1 player out is Kevin Anderson. Next up, we have Alex Couillard, longtime player. Alex Couillard has 22 points and 2 players out. He lost Kevin Anderson, and on the women's side, he lost Tomljanovic. All right, number 5, or the 5th player, Kenneth Chow, another longtime player. Kenneth Chow has a strong team. He has only 1 player out and has 24 points. He lost Badine on the men's side in the first round. So Kenneth Chow, 24 points, 1 out. Next player, watch out for this guy. He always drops bombs on and off the basketball court. And that is Stefan Nizovic. What's up, Stefan? Much love to you. He is perfect. He has 0 out and he has 28 points. And he has a lot of 2-point players. So right now, Stefan is on the top of the block. He's up there with some of the favorites moving forward even after round one because he is loaded with 2-point players. So he has, again, 0 out and 28 points, and he is perfect. Okay? 7th player is Nikola Kostic. Nikola Kostic, he has a strong team as well. He has 26 points and only 1 player out, and he lost a Zhang in the first round on the women's side. So 1 player down and 26 points. The 8th player, Hitchhiker. Hitchhiker, longtime player. Hope you're well. Always love to see his teams. He has 25 points, and he has 2 players out. He lost the young Yannick Sinner and the tough Kachanov match, and he also lost Coco Gauff like I did on the women's side. Player number 9 is Looney Vids. Looney Vids. I've had some great conversation with Looney Vids here recently, so hopefully you're well. Looney Vids has 23 points and 1 player out. He lost Badine on yesterday as well. Peter Dixtria is the 10th player. Peter Dixtria, longtime player as well. Again, most of these players play often and a real heavy hitter, so you got to watch out for these guys. Peter Dixtria is one of them. Peter Dixtria has 24 points and has 1 player out. The player he lost was Coco Gauff in the first round, like a few of us. Next player, Sergeant Jovanovic. What's up, Sergeant? Longtime player as well. Sergeant Jovanovic has 23 points and 2 players out. He lost Lajovic, and as well he lost Zhang. So best of luck moving forward. He still has a strong team as well. Player number 12, that is Gene Swart. What's up, Gene? Hopefully you're well there in South Africa. Gene Swart has 24 points and 1 player out. He lost his countryman and Kevin Anderson to Zverev in the first round. I think Gene Swart and Cam Williams went head-to-head on that one. And Cam got the better of Gene on that one. So Gene Swart, again, has 24 points and 1 out, and that 1 out being Kevin Anderson. So good, he has a good shot. Jeffrey Tran is our player number 13. Jeffrey Tran has 22 points with 2 players out. He has a perfect men's team, hasn't lost anybody on the men's side, but lost 2 women, and that one being Coco Gauff and the other one being Kim Clijsters. We'll talk about the Clijsters match later on tonight. I'll have a lot to say about that match. I won't spoil it now, but be ready for that. And viewer comments will be taken on that match. So I forgot if I said it. Jeffrey Tran has 22 points and 2 players out. Player number 14, big hitter, longtime player, is JMP, 1966. He has a perfect men's team with, or excuse me, a perfect women's team with mostly 2-point players except one 1-point player, and that's Kontaveit. So he's perfect there with a lot of points to gain. And JMP 1966 only has 1 out, and that being Kevin Anderson as well. So Gene Swart was not the only person to take Kevin Anderson, but JMP 1966 has 25 points and 1 player out. Moving forward, this guy 1000 is player number 15. This guy 1000 has 3 players out and has 22 points. He lost the young Yannick Sinner. He lost Coco Gauff, and as well he lost Zhang. So he has a lot of 2-point players. So he still is in the thick of it, even with being 3 players out. So stay tough, hang in there. You're still going. I will pull names out as they get too far behind. When it becomes mathematically impossible to catch someone else because you have the same players left and the score's way off, I will begin to tear them out and then just kind of make these videos shorter. So you don't have to stick through and watch all of them, and I will make announcements about the French Open or Roland Garros prize giveaway. We'll be doing the same thing then, so be ready for that. I'll make those toward the end of the show. So this guy, 1000, has 22 points and 3 players out. Next player, player number 16, is Patrick Young. Patrick Young has a perfect men's team. However, Patrick Young has 3 players out on the women's side. He lost Teichmann, he lost Diaz, and he lost Venus Williams. So Patrick Young has 22 points as well with 3 players out. Next player up, Patrick Bolton. What's up, Patrick Bolton? I know you very well, so hopefully you're all good and getting some tennis practice in. Patrick Bolton is player number 17. It was a really rough go for Patrick in the first round. Patrick Bolton lost 4 players. So Patrick Bolton lost John Isner, he lost Zhang, he lost Collins, and he lost Townsend. So he lost 3 women, 1 man. So he has 17 points with 4 out. A lot of his players, everyone else has as well. So it may be tough for him to pull out of this, but I will continue to add up scores here. But it's going to be very tough to beat some of these heavy hitters with losing 4 people in the first round. So 4 people out, 17 points, ouch. But best of luck moving forward. Player number 18 is Cam Williams. What's up, Cam? Enjoy your show. I can't wait for the next broadcast. I think you might have one today, actually. I'll have to check. I just came off the court to do this video, and I'll check it once. The Cam Williams on his rookie appearance hasn't played this before. He was discussing with us on the show last night that he was proud his reputation is holding up, and that it did. He is perfect. Cam Williams has 25 points and has a perfect setup. So the reason why he's not like at 28 points with some of the others that are perfect is he has 4 1-point men. And a lot of these other people had a lot of 2-point people that went perfect. Hence why he's at 25 and perfect, and some other people at 28 and perfect. But Cam is absolutely perfect. Well done, bro. Best of luck moving forward. Cam Williams is player number 18 with 25 points and perfect. Next player, player number 19, Furzy09, has 26 points with 1 out. And you say that, well, how is Cam perfect? He has 1 out, he has more points. Because Furzy09 has all 2-point women. He doesn't have any women worth 1 point. He did lose 1 woman, and that was Teichmann. Lost her. Otherwise, he would have 28 points with the likes of Stefan Nizovic. So good job, Furzy09. You're in the thick of it because you have a lot of 2-point players, especially on the women's side, full of them. So Furzy09, 26 points and 1 player out. Number 20, Milena Brzezinska, who has a team very commensurate or very much like Stefan Nizovic's team. Milena is perfect. She has lost nobody, and she has 28 points. So she is perfect. Next player is Dedzivil, a.k.a. Casper. Casper has won this competition a couple of times. We have sent stuff to him, I think, in New York City and to Poland. So I was speaking with someone earlier, Tennis3 Tennis. I think that was what his name was. He got some picks in for the tennis racket a bit late. I did accept because they were very common picks and they were still very much in it. So I gave him the ability to put his picks in, but not for fantasy. The fantasy was too late. But I let him get his picks in for the tennis racket happily. So welcome to the game. But Dedzivil Casper, very, very, very good at this. So good luck competing with Casper. As you all know, he's very good at this. So he has a perfect draw. He has 27 points, has lost nobody. Player number 22 is Matt Cain. He is in London. Matt Cain, fine young man, and has won the tennis racket competition before. He won a Wilson Byrne 100 countervail, if I remember correctly. Yes, I know so. He sent us a video with him hitting against the wall when he got it. But he's not doing so well here this time, at least in fantasy, that is. So Matt Cain has 17 points and 4 people out. So Matt Cain, Patrick Bolton on the outside looking in here. But Matt Cain lost Novak, not Novak Djokovic, obviously the other player, Novak, the last name Novak. He's been around for a while. Pablo Cuevas he lost. Venus Williams he lost. And Kim Clijsters he lost. And we'll talk about some of those matches tonight on the live show. Hopefully you're ready for that. You can catch it because we're going to read a lot of your comments tonight live. So Matt Cain, it's going to be tough to come back, but we'll keep adding them up. Next player number 23 is Bartosz Platek. And he is another hardcore player, has played this game before. He has lost 1 person, and that being Kim Clijsters, which gives him an otherwise pretty tough draw for everybody to deal with. He has 24 points and only 1 player out. Very much in the thick of it. Last player in terms of fantasy teams is player number 24, and that is Philly Cheese Dog. We know Philly Cheese Dog. What's up, Philip? Hopefully you're doing well. You as well have a really rough go here. This is your first time playing. No big deal. We learn and we get better at studying draws and not taking such risky picks. He took a lot of risky picks. He has a German nature. He's German in descent, at least family and so forth. So he picked Dennis Kopfer, the German player, and that cost him because he lost him early. He also picked Ramos Vignolas, so he lost him early. He also lost Lauren Davis and Heather Watson. Plus, on top of that, he had 4 men with only 1 point, so within the top 20, and then he had 4 women within the top 20. So the points he scored were low, and then he lost a lot of those that were 2-point hitters. So he ended up with 16 points and 4 people out. So it's going to be almost impossible to catch any of these guys because a lot of these other people have the same picks you do that are 1-pointers plus 2s. So I won't tear you out yet. I'll keep adding them up, but it's going to be a tough go to catch some of these heavy hitters. The perfect people with perfect draws are Stefan Nizovic, Cam Williams, Milena Brzezinska, and Dedzivil, a.k.a. Casper. But a lot of you 23, 24, 25, 26 pointers with a lot of 2-point players are in the thick of it. Everyone is still in for the tennis racket giveaway. However, we had 1 loser. We had, let me find it. We had Patrick Young, who picked Venus Williams to actually make the final and win the tournament. That did not happen. I think I had a discussion with him, and I was like, why did you pick that one? He was, admittedly, he didn't really know what he was doing, but he loved the show and he wanted to play. I had a couple things I wanted to mention here. There is Jeffrey Tran out there. Jeffrey Tran, I sent you a message if you're watching this. You have your final set as Kenin meeting Serena Williams. They can't meet. They're in the same side of the draw. If you correct that within today or tomorrow, I'll accept it. But otherwise, your ability to compete in the tennis racket giveaway won't work because it would be impossible. So I've got your Medvedev-Djokovic final with Medvedev winning, but I do need that corrected and kind of really quickly. Again, I'll accept it if you can get it done pretty quick. But your final on the women's side cannot happen. Also, too, Milena Brzezinska, who has the absolutely perfect fantasy team. You put in your finalists for the tennis racket. You put Osaka and Azarenka, and you put Djokovic and Medvedev, but you did not put who your winners were. I'm assuming you're picking Osaka over Azarenka, and I'm assuming you're picking Djokovic over Medvedev, but I don't know because a lot of you have picked Medvedev to win it. So please correct that if you can. Otherwise, I will just guess for you and pick, I guess, what you would assume the favorites would be, Osaka and Djokovic. But let me know on that one. Otherwise, that's about it. Again, these videos will shorten in time because a lot of the names will be torn out and I have less numbers to add up. But everyone is very much alive. For anyone that is new to the game or these games, we do them every major. So we will be doing one for Roland Garros again. So be prepared for that. Understand the surface changes. Understand they're in a different continent. Understand that it's a different ball game on clay. So just be privy of that. A lot of these young men and women here, they are really into this and they will pick you apart. So don't be frivolous with your guesses. And again, the tennis racket here that we're giving away is this Dunlop Revo Strixon 2.0. I think that's it. Yeah, right. And then for the fantasy team stuff, we will give like packages to both top winners. And it'll be your choice of, say, a box of a couple sets of strings and a hat, or a shirt and some strings. We have some Australian Open stuff, etc. You can check the previous video, the first video, so you can see what our prizes are. And we'll go through them and we'll talk to you personally, either in messages or in comments, and keep it confidential, and you can tell us what you want. So anyway, that's it. If you have any questions about the rules, about what other people's teams are, check the first video, go to the comments section. I go over all the rules. Everyone's teams are in the comment section of the first video. So there's a lot of fun conversations that are going on there between competitors. You know, competitor A is saying to competitor B, you know, hey, I got this guy, you got that guy, this, so forth. So check that video out for any questions. And if you have any further questions, just put in comments and we do pretty good about getting back to you at once. So hopefully that went over well. Good luck to everyone. It's getting exciting. And best of luck, and we will see you tonight for a live show sometime around 7:30 to 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, when we can get done teaching and sit down and get to talking to all of you. So take care. Much love to everyone, and best of luck in the competition. All right? Take care. Peace.